Hi, it's Mr. Bernay, and today I'm going to show you a method of solving equations that makes things very simple. The method is called the flowchart method. So we're going to solve equations using these flowcharts. My first example is here. I have 9x minus 7 equals negative 7. Now when you first see this, it might look really difficult, but using these flowcharts, we can solve these equations that look kind of difficult to us pretty easily, and I'll show you how. So the first step is to identify our variable, and our variable is a letter that represents a number. Here our variable is x. So the first step is that x goes into our flowchart. Okay. Next thing we want to do is ask ourselves what happens to x first, and you can see that the first thing that happens to x is that it's multiplied by 9. Okay, draw another circle. So first x is multiplied by 9. What's the next thing that happens to x? It's being subtracted by 7. So we go minus 7 there. And finally we ask ourselves, x goes in on one side, what comes out on the other side? And here we have a negative 7. So in our flowchart, we insert a variable, in this case it's x, perform some operations, times 9 minus 7, and a negative 7 comes out. Now our objective here is to find what x represents. And to do that, our next step is to find the opposite operations here. So I'm looking at minus 7, the opposite of minus 7, I know is plus 7, or adding 7. And the opposite of multiply is divide. So instead of multiplying by 9, I'm going to divide by 9. Now I'm ready to solve. I have my flowchart all set up. In order to solve, we work backwards. So I'm going to start at the negative 7. And I ask myself, negative 7 plus 7, what does that equal? It equals 0. Now 0 divided by 9 is just 0. 0 divided by 9 equals 0. So my answer is x equals 0. The great thing about equations is that you can insert the answer that you get back into your equation and check your work. So if x does equal 0, this equation should be satisfied. Let's try it. I'm going to plug in 0 for x. I'm going to rewrite it down here. So now I have 9 times 0 for x minus 7 should equal negative 7. Let's solve it to make sure that that does make sense. 9 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 7 does indeed equal negative 7. So x equals 0 is my correct answer.